We continue our series of 3-round mock drafts. We're to pick 18 with the Seattle Seahawks, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. There is no team that I have been less accurate with over the years than Seattle. I'm just going to give a fait accompli of they are really hard to figure out. They trade a lot. And so with Seattle, I'm going to be 100% honest. This is what I would do. I don't usually say that in these videos because they're a combination of what I would do, what I think they would do. This is 100% what I would do because these are three prospects that I think fall in perfect line with Seattle and what they need. And I'll work on this at the Combine next week of what they're actually going to do. I'm Jeremy Green of NFLDraft.net and the Sportsocracy on ESPN Radio Asheville, and this is a 3-round mock draft for the Seattle Seahawks.
I get knocked down, I get back up.
The Sportsocracy.
And I'm unapologetic.
We start with the first-round pick for Seattle, and this is a player that I know some people are going to say John Schneider doesn't do this, and I battled with this. But I don't know that there's a player that fits a team better than this kid does with Seattle. At 18, it's Armond Membou, offensive tackle, guard, offensive lineman from Missouri. This was one of the highest-rated tackles in the country, according to PFF, over the last 365 days. And if you watch the tape on him, he's really impressive. Now, here's why I say he fits Seattle so well. Right now, you need a guard. You're not going to be able to run the ball until you add a guard. I think Armond Membou, he kind of reminds me of Ike Ekwonu in that, yeah, he can play tackle, and I think he would be a really good right tackle. I don't ever want to see him on the left. But he can also be what I believe is an absolutely elite guard. Now, here's why that's so beneficial to Seattle. Abram Lucas on the right side has just been inconsistently in the lineup. I haven't hated what I've seen from him when he's been in, but I need a guy that can also fill in for him. This kind of reminds me of the Jets with Elijah Vera Tucker. I'm a Jets fan, I'll be 100% honest, and Vera Tucker has been really good at guard. He's been really good at right tackle. He even played a little spot fill at left tackle when the line got killed a few years ago. That's what I think Membou can be. I believe he is an elite guard. What I saw from him last year at Missouri was really high side in the run game, really high side in zone, and I think pretty good as a pass blocker. I don't think he's good enough on the outside to be a consistent down in, down out right tackle. I also think you can hide him to a point and develop him over time. But he's such a good fit for Seattle that I couldn't get away from it. When you have a hole where I need a guard, but I also need somebody that can play right tackle, there's only a handful of those in this class, and this is the best of the bunch. Number 18, Armond Membou, offensive lineman from Missouri. We move into the second round, and I can hear it now. He's not going to be there. Well, he might not. And it depends on how teams profile him, because I think this guy is going to be – I think he shows flashes when it comes to rushing the passer. I do not love him as a traditional linebacker. Number 50, Jihaad Campbell, linebacker out of Alabama. I don't love the tape on him. I'm not going to lie. This year I have determined I'm just going to be unabashedly as honest as I can be. I think I have seen pieces of him where he can be a 3-4 outside linebacker, but I also think he can play standing up because he's not bad in coverage. There's just nothing that sends me running. I don't see first-round linebacker out of him. I see a guy that goes in the middle of the second round, and he's a bit of a project. He's a bit of a tweener. I don't really think he's a consistent down-in, down-out linebacker. And at his side, he's very big for an inside linebacker. But what if I put him in a situation with a guy like Mike McDonald that's a young, innovative coach that could move him around? This is not really a joker role. This is more a hybrid role of a player that's just a hybrid player. I love the fit because I think he could play early downs inside, play later downs outside, and be a nice compliment to Boye Mafe, and it covers some of their ills on the outside. I don't necessarily want him hand in the dirt in a four-man front, but I think he can play that hybrid edge role. Again, I don't love Jihaad Campbell, which is why I'm trying to get a little cute with where I place him, but I think a really good fit for him would be right here at number 50 to the Seattle Seahawks. Last pick in this mock for Seattle's at number 82. I feel like they've needed a tight end for about as long as I can remember. And I look at Mike McDonald, and I understand he's not hands-on running the offense. And I look at Clint Kubiak. Clint Kubiak just had some success with Juwan Johnson last year. Mike McDonald had some success with Mark Andrews in Baltimore. There's a player that I think can be that, and nobody really talks about him. At number 82, Gunnar Helm, Tight end out of Texas. I already know some Seattle fans are going to say, but Noah Fant. I think Gunnar Helm can be a more well-rounded version of Noah Fant. He was one of the best deep ball tight ends in the country last year. Had 136 deep yards on 5 deep ball catches. That's both of those numbers are top 16 in the country among tight ends. He also is really good in space. 12 missed tackles forced was good enough for 8th in college football among tight ends. 50% contested catch rate, only a 3.2% drop rate, and had a pretty solid 1.64 yards per route run. I think Gunnar Helm can be a sleeper in the 3rd round. Get him right here with Seattle. Put him into that offense. You almost make him like the de facto 3rd passing option. I do not think Tyler Lockett will be back with Seattle. I don't really think you need another receiver. I think you need a hybrid move piece, and that's exactly what you would get out of Gunnar Helm. Just a guy that will help Geno Smith, which is who I think your quarterback will be, or a younger guy if that's the way you decide to go. I think Gunnar Helm can be a really nice safety blanket for whoever the quarterback is. And over time, I could see him developing into a nice seam stretcher a la Mark Andrews. Now, in terms of blocking, he doesn't provide much. And I'm not going to be honest, or I'm going to be honest, it's not really even close. He wasn't asked to do it much, and when he was asked to do it, it didn't go particularly well. But he's still a player that I really like as a pass catcher. 82, Gunnar Helm to the Seattle Seahawks. If you like these picks, if you hate these picks, if there's a player you would like to talk about their fit with the Seattle Seahawks, throw those in the comments. I answer all of those as quick as I can. We've had a lot of them across our other 17 mock drafts that we've done up to this point, which you can find right here on the screen to the right of my face. Just click through all of those. Every team gets one, and they get one every time we do this. We'll do another set of 3-rounders after the Combine next week. We'll do 2 7-rounders, one in March after free agency, and one in the week and a half leading up to the 2025 NFL Draft. Next week, I will be in Indianapolis. All of the events. I get there on Monday night. I'm there for the interviews, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm there for the workouts all weekend long. I'll be running lives. I'll be doing all kinds of content right here on the channel. If you like this video, click the like button and subscribe so you can see all of our content. I'm Jeremy Green of ESPN Radio Asheville and NFLDraft.net, and this has been a 3-round mock draft for the Seattle Seahawks.
I'm unapologetic. Cancel, yeah, you can try. You can't cancel what's been tonight. I ain't been and it's shit, no silver spoon inheritance. Tired of trying to be what other people want me to be, and now you get what you see.